Big Z Reviews. Talk to Me is a new indie horror A24 film from the directing brothers, and that before had been on YouTube, Danny Philippou and Michael Philippou, and it's a really interesting and fun horror film. I really loved it.
I'll do it.
Cannot go for more than 90 seconds. Am I clear?
What happens after 90 seconds?
Don't want to stay.
Talk to me.
So before this film, I didn't know at all the Philippou Brothers and their YouTube channel. But I watched, they did this really interesting video about their journey to Sundance, and they did a cool video about the premiere of the film, and coming out to, streaming, theaters worldwide. And I was really, those videos were great. But then I went to watch some of their older videos, and it really wasn't my sorts of YouTube videos. It seems like a lot of stunts and shenanigans and really in your face kind of stuff. And it's funny, they did some different interviews, and they talked about how they didn't really make that much money from YouTube because they were constantly getting demonetized. And it's kind of funny. But they're Australian, and they did this film all themselves, and then A24 bought the distribution rights. And I think now they're actually going to get a sequel. And it's really amazing. It's a great debut film from the brothers. It's really good. So I really love that this kind of brought a possession and other kind of horror, ghostly horror film into the modern age. Because I love the idea of viral possession videos. If there was some sort of hand that if you touched and you could see ghosts, if you said, show me, and if you said, let me in, it would possess you. And you have to, break the connection before 2 minutes are over, or the ghost may want to stay with you. And, there are videos going around. I love that idea. And they really, Sophie Wilde as Mia is amazing. She's a main character in that she is, her mother died under suspicious circumstances, kind of, but this is 2 years later, and this had a memorial service, and then she doesn't really want to do it, and then she goes to her friend's house, which is kind of her second family. And I love the second family. The mother is so she's in on all the stuff, and she's trying to figure out what's going on, and she doesn't take any shit. I love that so many times in horror films the parents suck, and to set up, or they just don't exist to set up the stuff the spooky stuff for happening. And this, I really like what they did. And there's these other kids have this hand, and they go to a party, and Mia does it, and she's possessed and sees the stuff, and it goes a little bit past 2 minutes, but then she wants to keep doing it, and then, but I love that it's not immediately bad. It's definitely I love how they designed the ghosts, because they are grotesque. They really, it's kind of similar to the Sixth Sense, with how they're however they died is kind of how they look, and then, but even more, much more disgusting than Sixth Sense. And I think that one thing though, we do see that you really want to let them inside of you. But I like how Sophie Wilde kind of describes the possession aspect, where it becomes almost like a high, they're outside of their body and they don't feel anything. So it's, but and so when too they come back to the house later after the party, and other people do the hand, and it's I love each one. Each one is different, because the ghost, the spirits, the ghosts, some just they want to feel human things again, they sexual or other stuff that, and but then sometimes it might be evil spirits. And I like that, and I love that in the future film we could examine this more, because it's not very clear if they're just straight up ghosts, or if there maybe are demons or some other things, or if all the people that die horribly are still around, or what. And there's some really interesting things you can dive into later. But I love that the party aspect, and then when things go wrong, things go really wrong, and It's a whole thing because like like one of the spirits says that they're her mom, and like what she's saying not lining up with what the dad says happened. And part of me, I'm a huge fan of mysteries and thrillers, along with being a huge fan of horror. But like when that stuff came out with the mother saying that, I didn't kill myself, or that like the stuff that happens and then the dad like says something else, like the mystery thing wants to see her investigate the mystery. Of course, it goes a different way because it's more of a horror, but like, and then I love the idea that the horror aspect of like the ghosts don't have to tell the truth, or who knows, they might be lying what they look like. There's some really interesting stuff there, but at the same time, I would have loved to seen it go more into a different direction with like a mystery aspect. I think that's just me. I would have loved to see that, but at the same time, what we got was very interesting, and like the ending. Like some people didn't like the ending, I think, but I really liked what it did. Like I said, I wouldn't mind the different direction, but the direction it went, I still really loved. And this is an excellent film. I can't wait to see it again and see how it holds up. Because like the movie like Smile last year, like I liked it the first time. I liked it even more on repeat viewing. So I'm curious to see if this will be like that too. But I probably give like a 9.25 out of 10. It's a really great film. If you love horror and if you want to see something new and original, you have to check out Talk to Me. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.